Hello everyone and welcome to building Thrillseekers Island episode 11. In this episode I'm starting the build of the second coaster in the park, which is a B&M sit-down model. It's not like an exact layout to what a realistic B&M sit-down would be. It's the model of some elements of what a real B&M sit-down would have, and then my own just stuff thrown around in there. This is not a normal B&M sit-down though, not a normal chain lift, because I'm paying homage to one of my favorite roller coasters, the Incredible Hulk at Islands of Adventure, with a drive tire launch. I haven't seen many people build a drive tire launch like lift hill with this coaster model before, and I was like, okay, I could do something with this because Incredible Hulk is one of my favorite coasters I've ever been on, and I wanted to pay homage to it somehow, some way. So I'm doing a sort of launch into a Cobra roll because of the Incredible Hulk. So the name of this is called a Jetline, because this is one of the most compact layouts I think I've ever made. There's tons of near miss moments. It weaves in and out of itself like 20 different times. So it's kind of like you're flying a jet and you're seeing like the jet line. You're like kind of weaving in and out. You see the jet line. If you don't know what a jet line is, look it up. It's the white thing that like a plane or a jet leaves behind it that you always see in the sky. At least I hope you do. Because if you don't, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I had the Cobra roll, then I was like, okay, Cobra roll straight into another overbank turn. And then I'm like, okay, Cobra roll, overbank turn, into another overbank turn. So it's like a wave. Boom, Cobra roll, boom, wave, overbank, and then boom, another overbank. And then straight into an airtime hill. That's the first section, just to kind of get your heart pumping, because you're going fast. Like, this is one of the, that's why I called it Jet, because it's a fast coaster. I think it's faster than Mind Warp, because Mind Warp's, like, hang time. This is speed in, like, inversion slash airtime. So, into a giant airtime hill to kind of, I guess to slow the pace, but to also give you a bit of airtime. So, it's going to be kind of hard to follow along with what I'm doing with this coaster, because it weaves in and out of itself so much that you just kind of have no idea what's going on. So I put a speed hill, or sorry, I put a cutback into a speed hill to kind of pick up some more speed. It's the second or fourth inversion. This has like, I'm gonna make a guess off the top of my head, like 6 or 5 inversions. The only coaster in this park that's not gonna have an inversion is the next one I'm gonna make, which will be, I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. I think I've already said what the coasters are gonna be, but what's the next one? I don't know. So into another banked turn, and then that was a failed idea, but I wanted to do like a corkscrew over the track because those are fun. So just adding more airtime hills, just to kind of pick up the speed, slow it down a bit, do whatever. So then I had to like move the whole thing because I was like coming near the path. So I had very little space to work with, so that's why I really weaved it in and out of each other, because I had to leave room for like some things that I'm going to put along the edges, like some well not restaurants, but some stands, some like bathrooms, like a flat ride, maybe, stuff like that. So yeah, right now I put a corkscrew in over the track, like I said I was going to do, because I like that. This coaster is actually surprisingly kind of long. For what it is. For such a compact layout, I made it pretty long. Full POV with the coaster will be after part 3. Not after, but like at the end of part 3. Yeah, so far, out of all the coasters I've made 3 at the time of recording this in the park. This is my favorite, I must say. I'm really proud of how well I managed to like theme it to such like a compact layout. I'm not good at compact layouts, and I think I did really good with this one. So, yeah, so I'm just placing down some track. I'm thinking of inversions I want to do. That gets I remember, I think I scrapped that and added an airtime hill. I wanted to do a lot of banking in this one, because I've been told that the banking on some of my coasters aren't the best, especially the last B&M sit down that I did. Amethyst at Lithic Mountains was not the best banked coaster. It was not realistic when it came to the banking, so I was like, okay, I need to step it up this coaster. I need to make it more realistic. Got a bunch of bank turns, overbanks, stuff like that. The ride literally kicks off with a cobra roll into 2 overbank turns, so I tried my best. But yeah, the color scheme I went with was white for this, so it like truly looks like a jet trail. Or jet line, I think it's what, yeah, jet line. Yeah, because if you know what a jet line is, right? Yeah, so it's like a white, blue, and like tan, I think. There's the color to go with. I don't know why it's paused right here. I think I was thinking of like the theming and the name. I think I took a pause and I was like, okay, what do I want to do? Like, how do I want to name this? How do I want to theme it? All that. As we wait for more the video pickup, I'm just gonna say again, thank you for all the support on this series. I've enjoyed making these videos. I've enjoyed voicing over the clips. Of course, making the park has been my favorite thing. But then posting it and seeing the positive feedback has just made my day every time. And I'm currently at Universal by the time you're seeing this. And I've decided I think I'm going to do that Universal video I was talking about, where just kind of review the park, say my opinions on some of the stuff. I do have some strong opinions about the park. Universal Studios Florida. Surprisingly, me being a wee little child, actually doesn't like some things about Universal. Whoa. But it's one of my favorite parks to go to, but I've been to a couple parks around my area, but Universal is definitely, like, the resort as a whole, definitely better than, I'd say, the surrounding Florida parks. Controversial take, but I like Universal more than the Disney parks because I like roller coasters, and Universal has 3 really strong roller coasters. So I have no idea what I was doing here. It's just stuck. We are looking at, but I get a chance to talk. So one of the main things I also went for this ride is I wanted to do completely different to Mind Warp. I like to change things up. This doesn't rely on hang time. This speed and very compact. I've said this is compact like 50 times, but it is. This is the most compact coaster I've ever made. This thing goes around and around multiple different times. I like the near-miss elements that I add to the coaster as well. But here we go. We're building again. So, adding some more airtime hills. I test this a lot because the near-miss elements, I don't want to like make sure you bang your head. So, yeah, I think this turned out really well. It was hard for me to find a way to end the coaster. That was my biggest problem. Like, how do I end it? I eventually figured it out, but like right now, I'm just kind of weaving it around, adding a bunch of turns, making sure everything fits well together. It's not just a bunch of jumbled up mess. It's still a smooth enough ride, a fun ride. And the theme of this is, it's really nothing, I guess. I think the catchphrase, I'm gonna go with this coaster. Well, I do go with this coaster. It's called Embrace the Speed. Because it's like, it's gonna be like the fastest coaster in the park. That's how we're gonna advertise it, at least. I don't know if it actually is. It's the slogan, or the catchphrase is Embrace the Speed. So that's like, it's kind of like, embrace the Hulk, be the Hulk. Instead we have Embrace the Speed. Not copying, it's just taking inspiration, okay? Don't come at me. But that's like the whole slogan. You're like flying a jet. Eventually, before it was gonna be the theme of you're testing the jet. Then I was like, I have a theme of like testing. Like you're testing the prototype of the Mind Warp contraption. This, you're just flying a fast jet and you're flying it around. And you have to embrace the speed because it's fast. So now I'm adding another airtime hill. I think I'm done with the inversions because I don't think I could. Now I'm doing a bunch of low to the ground elements. I think I might add like a heartline roll somewhere. all the big inversions are done. It's more lower turns, airtime hills, speed hills, all that. Turn drops, little drops. All the inversions are done because it's very low to the ground now. So, yeah. I'm just adding a bunch of tracks. See, right now it's very hard to follow along. What I do for my coasters, if you haven't noticed, I make the layout first and decide like the color and stuff like that. So this has a lot of turns in it. I'm forced to put a lot of turns in it though, because of how compact it is. But the next coaster I make, it's very stretched out. It is not compact at all. It's not an out and back. It's got a couple turns, but it's not the most crazy ass layout. It's like it's not basic. It's not basic. It's not like magnificent though. It's very, what's the word to describe it? It's very, I guess, kind of in the middle. Like Mind Warp's layout's pretty good, I'd say. But the coaster's layout that I'm going to make soon is more basic than Mind Warp, but it's not boring. It's got, I think it says it had one inversion. Stop talking about the other coaster. You'll see the other coaster when it gets here, but this is where we're talking about Jetline. So layout, I'm testing it again. Yeah, it's kind of a long ride. I'm still not. This is where I like struggle with finding a way to end the ride. So I do that, and I'm like, okay, I think that's good. I can end it like that. I'm pretty sure that is how I end it, though. I believe. And then I just fix up some of the banking around some of the turns. Yeah, that is how I end it eventually. So this is just me testing the ride, and this is where I come up with different like names. I was like, okay, what do I do for frickin' names? The original name was gonna be Bolt 150. And the Q line was gonna have like a bunch of sparks and stuff because it was Bolt, the light strike, and it was super fast. And it was 150 feet tall. So like Bolt 150. Let's play off of Fury 325 or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's Fury 325. Whatever. But then I was like, no, I don't like that name. So then I was like, okay, what can I do? And I decided on Jetline eventually. I don't think it's advertised Jetline yet. It will be though. This queue line was a pain. So I wanted to do like a cattle pen queue there. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna do that. And then I like struggling because I had such little space to work with for this queue. I was like, oh god, I gotta like really use up as most space as I can. So I did this. I did that, and then I added the priority pass. You still have to wait a little bit for priority pass, but who cares? But we're coming up at the end of the video, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Building Thrillseekers Island. If you did, please like the video, subscribe if you are new, and stay tuned for part 2 where I do the queue line. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.